So you've just joined a group where we all pretend to be Aussie boomers, and you're probably thinking you have the funniest post idea in the world. You probably do, and I'll even give you a laugh in advance. But you've still got a minute before you can hit the post button. I'm Brian from Bankstown, and tonight we're going to be talking about the rules that we're all expected to abide by when we post in a group where we all pretend to be Aussie boomers. Most people seem to think of boomer posting as something of a free-for-all, kind of like being a hippie or going to the supermarket in the middle of a global pandemic. But that's actually not true. There are 8 rules that members of this group are expected to follow. Together, we're going to look at these rules, and to try to ascertain what they mean within the context of boomer posting. Without much further ado, let's transition into the next act. Rule number 1. Stay in character. Stay in character at all times. Boomer roleplay is a lot like acting, only for less money and very little self-respect. Actually, it's quite a lot like method acting, which is the worst kind of acting. But like all actors, we must stay in character. How can I put this into words you would understand? It would be like if during the saddest moment of E.T., Elliot turned and looked straight into the camera and said that little puppet would be bloody delicious on a barbecue. While that is true, the climax of the film isn't the moment to say it. So if, like Elliot, you feel the need to break character, then you need to preface your comment with the OOC tag. OOC, for the uninitiated, means octopus out. Caution. It doesn't mean that. Well, that's not what they told me. Stands for out of character. Remember to keep these comments to a minimum, but if you need to break character, preface your comment with the OOC tag. Now, rule number 2 might seem a little bit more obvious, but follow the Facebook community guidelines. Here's the thing, despite being the world's most hunkiest spunk, it might surprise you to learn that Mark Zuckerberg is something of a sensitive soul. As a result, even jokes about certain topics can put the group at risk of deletion. But here's a handy tip, a kind of Brian's bit, if you will. If you wouldn't say it at your grandmother's funeral, probably don't joke about it here. Facebook's use policy doesn't allow swearing, racism, sexism, homophobia, nudity, sexual references, violence, drug references, illegal activities, or posting credit card numbers. Additionally, even jokes about sex crimes, terminal illness, disability, self-harm, or serious injury will see the poster banned. That's my friend. Rule number 3. No trolling, hatred, or bullying. As it says in the rules, fine ship Dunedin left the river yesterday. She has just been fitted with the Mrs. Bell and Coleman's patent refrigerating apparatus. This is the wrong book. As it says in the rules, we are not a hating group. If you want to hate, take it over to the adult Bluey group and bully some child for their fan art. Don't do that. Stop doing that. You're probably wondering, Brian, where's the line between edgy satire and trolling and bullying? Well, that's a flaming good question, and it's not one I'm entirely sure I'm qualified to answer. Except I am. Basically, a good rule of thumb to remember is, if you're in doubt, admin. Admin, like OOC, is an antonym. That means ask. Don't make it nasty. Fortunately, this is also rule number 4. Contact an admin in case of trouble. If you see something that you're unsure about, comment the word admin, or alternatively, use Facebook's report to admin feature, and administrators will come and take care of the problem. Which brings us to rule number 5, which is no arguments. Sometimes, people in boomer character are going to say controversial things. It's a reflection of the controversial opinions held by real people. It's important to remember that if you don't agree with something, scroll on by. But if you truly feel like it's something that shouldn't be in the group, feel free to contact an administrator. A group ban isn't the only thing to worry about when posting in the group. As mentioned earlier, if you post wrong, Mark Zuckerberg will know. So rule number 6, no fake news. Too many fake news reports will get the group flagged and eventually taken down. Permanently. And as mentioned earlier, posting credit card numbers is a big no-no. This gets the group flagged for fraudulent activity. That's bad. So just steer clear of fake news and credit card numbers entirely. Just remember, if you think do, don't. Rule number 7, no promotions or spam. If you see it, report it to the admin. Which brings me to rule number 8, obey the rules. The rules mirror Facebook's community standards. Reposting deleted content or complaining about deleted content puts the group at risk of deletion. The rules exist to keep us all here. So just obey the rules, and everyone can have a good boomer posting experience. So now you know the rules that we're all expected to abide by when we post in a group where we all pretend to be Aussie boomers. They seem strict, but they exist to keep us safe and make sure we all have a good time. And speaking of time, it's time that our time together came to an end. Time. For now, I'll say goodnight, but I'll see you in cyberspace soon. And don't forget the 9th rule. Have fun. Nah, I just made that one up. Goodbye for now. Can I stop waving now? You probably do. I'll even give you a laugh in advance. Just in a group where we're all pretty. Most people think that boomer posting, that members of... What? Rules? What? Rules? That's right. Keep your comments. This is not a hating group. If you want to be a hate-filled little weasel, like OOC is an abbreviation, is a synonym, like OOC is a... So now we've learned the rules that we're all expected to abide by when we post in a group where we all...